So again, all of these, this is a combination of people who have been on the team for 2 years now, but then also new members that we're so grateful to have joined us and to bring more to our writing group. We have, again, this is added to the depth of our team, and the writing group is the one that I think a lot of people shy away from. It takes a lot of courage and commitment to want to do more like English work outside of the classroom, but I hope you guys saw, and I think these girls here are great examples of how much it brings to a team when you do put in that writing piece, so very good job. Again, we have the gold bars for you to commemorate the year, and so, did the editor, original oratory. Bhavna Beam, informative speaking. Danny Zawatsky, impromptu speaking, radio speaking, and special occasion speaking. Lucy Elkin, poetry and prose. And Elizabeth Einig, radio speaking. So again, thank you sophomores for all you do for the team. We really hope that you're back next year to continue to be such great leaders, and thank you so much. Alright, so you guys will be the seniors next year. That is a sad thought. You guys get to, we're the ones that have to say goodbye. It's hard to see who will be the seniors next year. This group has so much talent standing up here and leadership with how much they do for the team. Would you guys like to share your name and your event?
I'm Sachi. I do extemporaneous speaking.
I'm Jonathan. I did dramatic turn humorous duet acting and dramatic interpretation.
I did special occasion speaking.
I'm Maximilian, and I also did extemporaneous speaking.
Great, thank you so much. So again, the gold bars for you guys. Sachi, come on up. Extemporaneous speaking, which if you haven't explained that event yet, but Sachi and Max do. Sachi, would you like to explain how extemporaneous speaking works?
Thank you.
I'd rather not perform that because it's really hard. So extemporaneous speaking, you have to have a lot of knowledge about current events. And so what I do with Max and Mr. Jonan throughout the week is collect articles about current events, and I store them on my iPad, and then when I go to the tournament, I draw 3 questions about current events, and I have 45 minutes to write a 6-minute speech about that question I drew using the articles I stored. So, thank you, Sachi. Just to demonstrate just how much work this guy's put in. Nikhil Modak, humorous interpretation and dramatic duet acting. Jonathan Nair. Dramatic interpretation and humorous duet acting, also kind of dramatic duet acting. Sruthi. Sruthi joined us this year for special occasion speaking, so we're so glad to have her. I know we've been trying to recruit her for a while now, because we knew about her talents around school with how much she does for like the library and the crier and just how our English teachers speak with her, so we're really lucky to have her. And Max. Max also does extemporaneous speaking, which is the intimidating event that Sachi just described. So congratulations, we're always like, that's an area where we're so lucky to have kids that participate or choose to participate in it, so we're so thankful that you've joined us, Max. Okay, so thank you, juniors. Okay, so now we will move on to our 2014-2015 awards. These are specific specific awards for these categories that you see here. We'll do this first because I know some people have to go, and then that will leave us with a video that we would like to show you, a couple of videos we'd like to show you, but then also, I know we gave the seniors their gift, we moved that up, but in case any seniors had any last words they'd like to share, words of goodbye or encouragement to the team, you can put that there too. So, 2014-2015 awards. This is something we started a couple years ago, and it's hard to explain because just by being on speech team, you're all leaders, but we do like to point out a few students who have gone above and beyond or showcased a certain talent that we're so thankful for. And so we came up with these categories just to kind of recognize members on the team and to encourage us all to celebrate each other's talents and look for the ways that you can show that and contribute that to extracurricular activities. So the first award that we would like, also a new thing this year, is because of the depth and the size of the team this year, it's so hard to choose names, and so we decided to have a girl and boy recipient for each of these categories, except for MVP. But for the other categories, we have a girl and boy recipient. So we'll start with Rookie of the Year. This is for new members who happen to start off really successful right from the bat. And so the first Rookie of the Year award goes to Molly Holcomb. Molly joined us almost mid-season, or a little bit after mid-season, to kind of stand in for an event that we were working on for so long. It's the 13 Reasons Why script, which was going to be our fall play. And when that wasn't able to happen, we decided, okay, well, since we have this script and it's such a beautiful script, let's use it for speech team. And so Mr. Morello from the library, she and I put it into script format for dramatic duet acting. And so two of our incredibly talented members on the team, Andrea Story and Akil Modak, they knew they wanted to do a duet together. And both of them poured so much work into blocking that piece and talking about the emotions that should be in that piece and their style choices. And when we found out that scheduling-wise we wouldn't be able to move forward with the script, we didn't want all of that hard work that the two of them, Andrea and Akil, put into it. We didn't want all of that to go to waste. So we wanted to finish the season with this script. And we thought, let's find somebody, an actress, who can stand in for the female role. And so we thought of Molly from the fall play and how well she did in, it's escaping me right now, Almost Maine. I was like, state that starts with an M. Almost Maine, how well she did in that. And so we asked her to kind of come and help out, and then what she showed us just blew us away. We wanted someone to come stand in and just keep the script alive. She came in, and her very first speech tournament ever, she and Akil were tournament champions. First place, first time ever in a speech competition. So, medals are medals, and they're not the most important part of the team, of being on the team. And so that's not the only reason why we decided to give her the Rookie of the Year award. It was just the commitment and dedication she continued to show after that big success that had to have been so exciting as a freshman, first time ever. I'm sure you were nervous, but to have that kind of success is definitely something to celebrate. And so we're so grateful to have her on the team and can't wait to see where you go next year. So thanks, Molly. Our next Rookie of the Year award, I don't believe this student is here with us, but it goes to Braden Lamore. Round of applause for Braden. And also a big thank you to his mom who helped us out a lot with planning the speech tournament that we hosted. Braden performed in poetry. He's a junior. And so again, one of those cases of an older student who joins the team, but being new to the team, he definitely hit the ground running and saw a lot of success with his poetry. He would never let us really coach him. He was very private, and we were never able to really see it. He was independent, but he got a lot of awards, and eventually he let us see it once we got to the really competitive part of the state series. but we're really thankful for all of the talent that he has brought to the team. So we will get that trophy to him next time we see him. Okay. Most improved. Most improved, I wish there was a better name for this because most improved implies that the person may have started in a weaker spot and then got better. That is not what I mean by this award. Most improved, I think what I'm trying to get at here is that it's someone who just showed resilience with a speech or a script and just had so much dedication. In a lot of cases started strong but got even stronger and took it even further. And so our first most improved award goes to Allison Brizo. So this is exciting because Allison's a freshman, and so we can't wait to hopefully have her for the next 3 years. Allison brings so much enthusiasm and energy to the team, which is so great to see in new members because we want our team has so much spirit and character, and I think it really is like a family from what I see with you guys. They're long days. Saturdays are long days. And you just hope that you can find new members that are willing to commit to what I'm sure a lot of you parents know a Saturday speech team commitment is. And so when we see freshmen who have that enthusiasm and put in that work, it's just so exciting to hope and see that will add to the future of the team. And so Allison has done original oratory, where she wrote her own persuasive speech, but then also we talked her into, when we heard her practicing her original oratory, noticed that she has a really great radio voice, which is such a unique style of speaking that you don't come across very often, but just from the way she was delivering her OO, we talked her into, at the last minute, performing radio at the regional tournament. And she was so cooperative with that and flexible and excited, and so we're very appreciative that you have that kind of an attitude and that you stick with things. Exactly, so positive. And so what I mean by most improved is just that sticking with it and recognizing that the more work you put into it, you never know what will happen next. And she tried out a totally different event for exam of the season, and we're really proud of the courage that takes and the commitment that takes. So thank you so much, Allison. Okay, our next most improved award goes to Jonathan. Okay, Jonathan. Definitely an example of most improved, maybe not being the best title. It's not quite the best fit because it sounds like a courtesy type of word, and that is totally not what I mean, especially with Jonathan. He is the example of hard work and just consistent practice. And if you ever want to believe that practice pays off or that there's an example of that, it's Jonathan. He picked his piece for great reasons early in the season and stuck with it. And just long story short, the journey that script went through between cutting, it was a very long script and their speeches can only be about 8 minutes. And so the first time we sat down and practiced it and did a read through, what was it, 19? Yeah, it was a little over. And so the work and the dedication to the piece, he didn't quit. He didn't give it up or say, okay, this just doesn't fit for dramatic interpretation. I'm going to have to pick something else. The commitment he put into that to cut it down, but then also keep the substance of it and keep the emotion in it, and just his consistency with how much he practices and supports other members and encourages them to practice and watches them and gives them feedback. He's just a great example of that. And so by most improved, what I mean is that he lets his work go on a journey and sticks with it, and that's just so impressive for even an adult, even a coach, to see that kind of commitment. So I'm always impressed by that, And we're so thankful for Jonathan's talent and what he brings to the team. So congratulations, Jonathan. Okay, Spirit Award. This is just, I talk a lot about like the energy that this team has and the enthusiasm. And we have a new member this year who just kind of came in immediately having the personality of our team that we like to think we have, but this person just like embodies it and exemplifies it on a constant basis, and that's Shruti. Again, Sruti's just so positive, and like I said, and again, like many of you know, speech team, they can be long days, but her positive attitude is contagious. You can be, I don't care what kind of mood you're in, like if Sruti's in the room, you have to smile. You have to like remember what we're here for and what's important, and she has just brought so much to the team. And we're so thankful for that because it's easy to see sometimes extracurriculars as a chore. And I know the speech team requires a lot of you guys, not just your time, but you know, your intellect and your work ethic, and to have somebody who's just such a positive energy and you know says things like she's sad when Saturdays are over, like that sometimes is, you know, we don't all feel that way at the end of a long Saturday, but it's just so nice to know that there are people with that kind of outlook out there to hopefully, you know, emulate and just try and, you know, steal just a little bit of her positivity. I would love to bottle that up. So thank you so much, Shruti. Our next Spirit Award goes to Chris Naraki. Okay, Chris. Exhibit A for Spirit Award. Chris is not only very committed to his own events, he's committed to the team and to giving other people feedback, watching his teammates, sticking around, and just being there when we're all practicing Friday night before a tournament. But then also offering words of encouragement to the whole team. Speech team, like the technical name for it, like in the activity booklet, is individual events. There's no perfect name for speech team because sometimes it's called forensics, and that sounds like science CSI stuff when people get confused. Sometimes it's called speech team. Most often it's called speech team, and that scares people away because they think it's standing at a podium in front of a huge crowd, and that's not what it is either. And individual events makes it sound like it's not a team, but Chris is what makes it a team, because yes, you all have your individual events that you do, but Chris is just such a great example of working for his own events, but then also being very aware of how he can help the whole team or cheer on the whole team. And particularly, like, a good memory I have is at regionals, when we were all huddled up and cheering and doing like a team pep talk. Chris always has like the perfect words to say, sometimes strange words, but again, perfect. And I think like the first time you ever chimed in on a team pep talk, you just stood in the center of the circle and said, "I'm not one for speeches," and then just nothing, and just stopped. And then we're all like, "Wait, what?" And then it was this, like, a lot of times with Chris trying to keep up with how bright and sharp he is, it's like, oh, speech team, not one for speeches, okay. And then, but what I really remember, or like will always remember, is how he really got us all excited for the regional tournament, where we brought a really huge team and ended up having everybody that came to regionals break for finals. That was a huge, huge, like that's one of the biggest things I celebrate from this season, is the fact that everybody that came with us to regionals broke to finals. We represented our team, and Chris's words of encouragement and example of leadership, and when we were at Prospect talking about how we were in the the belly of the beast and everything, I think just his creativity also leads us. And so I will be very sad to see Chris go, but I'm so thankful for getting to know him through trauma and speech team. So thank you, Chris. Okay, moving along. Sorry to keep you. Now we have our leadership award. This one is a repeat, but I'd like to avoid repeats, but in this case, I just can't. And this one goes to Sachi. Sachi brings so much to this team, not only competing in one of our most challenging events, but she is our vice president of the team. But for example, she takes on responsibilities without even really asking or thinking that it's in her job description. She just looks for ways to give to the team. Like, for example, she was here with me setting up for this banquet like an hour and a half before it started. She's responsible for putting together the lovely senior gifts that the seniors received tonight. But then also in small ways, just being such a great example of maturity and commitment and just strong character. She works so hard, but is always thinking of others too. And we're just so thankful to have someone on the team who is just a young adult, like really truly is actually an adult in the way she carries herself. And so it's such a privilege to work with you, Sachi, and thank you for all you've done with the leadership, and you deserve this award. Thanks, Sachi. And our other leadership award goes to Nikhil Modak. Okay, Nikhil has, since his freshman year, he has seen a lot of success with speech team, and he's received our Rookie of the Year award, he's received our MVP award. But I thought this was a good year to reward him with the leadership award, because he really does offer so much. It's not just his first place medals or his tournament championship medal at sectionals or going to state. He, like I was saying with Chris, cares about the whole team and the whole team's success. He really not just obviously cares about himself, but looks for ways to help lead the team and coach the team and be a true captain of the team. And he always has everyone's best interest in mind, is always coming up with ideas or trying to talk through ways to make the team better. And that's something that we as coaches really appreciate, that he has that kind of insight and really doesn't want to just be successful himself. He wants to see everybody be there right with him. And so that's what makes a really great leader, and we're so thankful for Nikhil. And finally, our MVP award this year goes to Danny Zawadzki. Sophomore, and this year his experience with speech team was radio, but this year he took risks and tried different events. Tried impromptu this year, which again is a limited preparation event where he doesn't know what he's going to be speaking about until he gets there at the tournament, and so that right there is impressive. But the fact that it was new to him, but he also saw success with it that brought him all the way to the state tournament, IHSA state tournament in Peoria, is just something to be really, really proud of. And it's an example of how going outside of your comfort zone and taking risks and trying different events really does pay off. And he also is so cooperative and helpful and really is a team player when we needed him to step in to do special occasion speaking and write a speech the week before and memorize it. and it turned out he broke. Breaking means he broke to the final round at regionals, and so he's just brought so much to the team, and again, is another example of enthusiasm and spirit, and he gets everybody excited to be there, and we're really thankful that not only is he such an enthusiastic leader, but he's also talented too, because as a sophomore he made it to state, and so we thought that deserved celebrating for the MVP award. So congratulations, Danny. Okay, so thank you to everybody who's here and to all speech team members. You guys are all naturally leaders, and we can't wait for next season for you guys to continue to contribute even more to the team. At this time, I think we will maybe share our slideshow. Let's see. Since we've been doing a lot of talking and a lot of giving of awards, then I think now is a good time to take a break and share our slideshow. So if you guys can wait one moment while we get that set up, maybe now would be a good time to get some more refreshments or maybe cut into the cake and start the desserts. We will get the slideshow ready.
For breaking out the kid in us.
Happy Father's Day? The home handyman. Okay. Stay sharp. Stay sharp. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Okay, that was fast. Has the mama bass in the sea air the sweetest? For being so comfortable. Here right now, but I have this coming tomorrow. Just so you know. Oh yeah. Happy birthday, first of all. Thank you. Oh yeah, no, thank you. Just happy day. Oh no. We're so stressful and you need to relax. That's probably true. Thank you so much. And then we also got you an aloe plant for being so soothing and helping us grow and that's what we can be. I love the metaphor. Thank you so much. Mr. Wheatley too, but he's not here, so Chris, why don't you? On behalf of Mr. Wheatley, he can open it together.
Well, because Mr. Wheatley is going to be a doctor, Dr. Pepper. And
because he has helped us grow so much to become the people that we are today, we got him a doctor kit to prepare him for his own future. Let's cut this still.
So thanks again to the wonderful coaches who've been there for the last 3 crazy years. Because I don't know if you guys know, but speech team is like an entire year thing. There's no like season. It just like never ends. So thanks for being there for the whole time.